David, how does it feel to finally win a Nikola Jokić 50-point game?
I've never really thought about it, to be honest. Just trying to win the games as best we can. Yeah, we've had some games, that you're right, where he's done some historical things, and we just haven't finished it at the end. But this game was memorable because of him in the first half, is why we were in the game. And then the team in the third quarter was incredible. The energy, just on both ends. And we made shots in the third quarter, but our defense really picked up. We looked a little slow to everything in the first half outside of 15. So just a really good team win.
I do want to ask about his approach to back-to-backs. He was really good in them last year on the second games, too. What do you kind of see from how he handles the 24 hours of rest and what sort of makes him as steady as he is in these particular games?
I think just the fact that he prepares every day for situations like this. If he has 2 days off, he's going to use that time to properly maintenance his body, to get on the court and get things done quickly and efficiently, to get off his feet, which allows you to be the efficient player that he is, nightly. And like I've always talked about practice and player development and all those kind of things. Everything he does is the same. The way he played today is how he works out when no one's watching. So that's what leads to this.
And then one other thing real quick related to that, just the decision to put him back in around 6 minutes, was that your call? Was that him wanting to go back in? What did you kind of feel in that spot?
I feel like in the NBA, if you're not up by 40 points, you're going to put your best players back in to make sure you get to a certain point to win the game. There's zero disrespect in that. There was no, how many points does he have? I definitely, because he had sat for a while with Jonas, how good Jonas was playing, I thought about it, but I did think they started to press us. And he's one of our best ball handlers. He's a guy that can, bleed the clock. He's one of the best players alive. And so if you're trying to win games in the NBA, 17 points, 18 points, it's not that big of a deal with 5 minutes to go with a bunch of guys that, by the way, made 16 threes. And the guys that were in the game, Batum had 2, Sanders 3, Miller had 5. And so it would be stupid for me not to put my best players back in to make sure we win the game.
Coach, your thoughts on his double-double, and basically deconstructing the wall. The wall is usually a problem for most teams coming in here, but Jokić seemed to have taken the wall out of it tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the wall is really cool. I think those fans get after it. He always says, some of these gyms he played in overseas, they sound pretty wild. So I think he's one of those guys that can kind of, clear his head and just play. But this place is hard to play in, a good fan base. But yeah, he was extraordinary tonight. It's one of those performances you won't forget.
And one more thing, can you talk a bit about Hardaway's grind and contribution to this team?
Yeah, he's been incredible. He's exactly what we signed. A veteran player that can make threes, has high IQ offensively, knows how to cut and move, knows how to space correctly. He's given good effort defensively. And, Tim is another guy that I have to maintenance through the season. He's played a lot of years. 20 minutes is a great number for him. In that third quarter, those threes he made, that really pushed the lead out and gave us control of the game, with the other guys getting going as well.
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, Coach. So what was some challenge today for you guys that you think that Clipper gives you that, maybe you guys can do better next time, or?
Yeah, I thought our pick and roll the first half was terrible. They just attacked us, and the ball was popping. James is such a tough cover, so we had to show him different looks throughout the game. He's one of the best pick and roll players that's ever lived. So no excuse. So I just thought some of our rotations were slow in the first half, and so it's always good when your team reacts and gets better in the same game instead of having to watch film tomorrow, after a loss. So it was good to see the guys come out at halftime with much more intensity.
David, I apologize if you already answered this, but I thought the last 2 minutes of the second quarter, and you had to start because of injuries. Spencer ended up starting. I thought his defense, I know it's a team thing, but his defense and his pressure on Harden really helped turn the game around the way you guys are playing defensively in his short minute stint, whenever it was.
Yeah, and I think for Spencer, it's so easy as a coach to say don't foul him. And if you've never played against this guy who is Hall of Fame all the way through, you really don't know what it's like to guard him until you actually guard him. And so I thought the second half he was so much better keeping his hands off, but still being physical. And not to mention, I thought the adjustment to be up even more in the pick and roll with earlier rotations impacting the roller allowed us to really fly around and make things happen, turn them over a little bit, get out and run. And that's Spencer's special gift. He can really do that.
Following up on the stuff with Jonas before the game, what's the key and art that he shows to be able to be so productive even with limited minutes?
I think just readiness, professionalism. I was talking about Yoke and how he works and why he is who he is. I think Jonas has a joy for playing. The more I get to know him, he has a joy for life. So these experiences that he has with us, I think he's out there loving basketball. And I love the way he played, when he got out there. And Nicole's having this incredible night. And then you have your backup center come in and kind of dominate the game for a few minutes. So we're very blessed to have both guys, and I'm blessed to have the guy around our locker room.
Hey, Coach, so, being around the Nuggets for quite some time, what'd you say about Jokic, Murray, and Gordon? Is this probably like the sweet spot you think in their career where they finally get the chemistry, like the best you've seen since you've seen them together?
I mean, we won it in 23, but I think those guys, every year they play together, there's more layers to it. The more you play with somebody, the more you get to know the tendencies a little bit better. I always look at it like if, in football, teams that have receivers and quarterbacks that just know where they want them to stop, sit down in a zone, where you just you have this mind meld with each other. And those three guys really do. And I think I always talk about this, success and failure are equally important in relationships and winning, and I think they've been through the highest of highs and Game 7 losses. Like, these guys have seen everything. So it's a joy to be around them. All three are super unique basketball players. And, they can all do a little bit of everything all on the court. Obviously, Nikola can do a lot of things well.
Just the injuries, like you mentioned. Any sense on severity potentially with both Christian and Cam?
Yeah, I talked to Steve Short. They're going to go through the process tomorrow, and we'll know more. Obviously, whatever happened wasn't good enough for them to come back out and play in the third quarter, so that's concerning. But I really don't know, and I don't think they do either. And we have a full day here tomorrow to kind of get all that stuff sorted out, which will be good for me too, because if they are out or if they're in, we have to figure out a way to make our rotation make sense, if they're out of our rotation right now. So I'm hoping for the best, but this is the NBA. We all know this. These things happen, and there's bangs and bruises and all these things. So that's why you have a team, and the next man will step up. And tonight they did, to your point, in the third quarter. So it's fun to watch. Yep. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about that double Nick and taking down the wall brick by brick.
Double Nick.
You scored 55 points. Come on, y'all, help me. I forgot that he's not American.
Yeah, I did not understand one word.
Your 55 points in the face of the Clipper, in the heat of the Clippers crowd in front of the wall.
Yeah.
How did it feel to put up 55 points?
I mean, it was just a good night. The players, the guys, especially in the fourth quarter, they're giving me the ball, and it was going in. I was just keep shooting it. I didn't open the game really good. I think I missed like 2-3 layups, and after that, it felt good. So,
I got you.
You've been on a roll lately. Did you feel like beginning of the night? Did you feel like, hey, I'm going to have it going? Or
No, I never do that. I just try to play the game. It felt good. It felt good to be out there.
Hey, Jokic, so scoring 55 points, but you kind of have a mentality like to be about your team. What's the most satisfying thing about playing basketball other than just, having individual performances?
I mean, it's got to be winning. I think when you win, I think I scored like a couple times, more than 15. We lost every time, and I think this is the first time I scored 15 and we won. So it's a good feeling.
I was going to ask you about that, the fact that this is the first time that you've won a 50-point game. Like, does that say more about like this team being different, or does that say more about?
No, it just happened. I don't think that one game can change the identity of the team. It's I had a good night. The ball was going in, and we won the game. The guys were coach running play for me, and It's simple as that.
What would you say is the biggest difference for this year's team? I know it's only been 11 games.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm looking at you last night, and you're on the bench, and your team is extending the lead.
Yeah, definitely. You know, that bench unit, it's a lot of veterans, a lot of guys who care, who knows how to play those minutes, who knows what their role is. And we have advantage in multiple positions. Bruce team and Jonas were kind of the back, those guys who are the most impactful, probably they're the guys who are making advantage, and that's why they give us calmness.
Does rhythm carry over from game to game? Like when you have a really efficient game, your touch is feeling really good. Can that carry over? Is it a completely new thing?
I think it's a completely different thing. You know, you need to warm up, different arena, different. It's not here, but different weather, different AC in the arena. I think everything matters.
Nikola, what impact has Jonas made with this group? Not just with his play, but embracing the role that he has.
And I think the guys don't know him yet. I think they don't know how good he is and how dominant he is. You know. And like I like to say, he's really a passer. So if we have advantage, I think most of the nights he's gonna have advantage over there on the low post and down under the basket. He's willing to pass the ball. You know, he's not the guy who's gonna force it, and he has a really good touch around the rim, like we saw. And he gives us. I think when you put the ball on the post, you kind of calm everybody down.
Y'all were down 10 in this game after being up 10. What did you feel like was the biggest factor in terms of not just erasing that lead, but, you know, making it so that y'all were up 20 and put it away?
I think we we are really good at blowing up the leads, and I think we are really good in getting the lead back. But I think what we did today, when we were down 10. We didn't want to make a hero plays. We kind of just played our brand of basketball, split games, pick and roll, whatever, post up. We kind of just continued to play, and that gave us a result. And I think same thing when we up 10 or up 15, we don't need to be anybody to make his shot, because one shot, couple possessions can make a 6 or 10 run, and it can be really bad for us.
Tyler was talking about how it's really tough to guard you, especially because you play like a guard coming off pin downs and stuff like that. How do you see defenses adjust or try to adjust to what you're doing offensively out there?
I mean, to be honest, I think I saw everything. I think I saw they putting guard on me, kind of power forward, fronting me. I think I saw everything, but you know, I think it's hard when we are really running a lot of plays for me, all kind of different plays, and I think it's, you know, big guys like me. I'm not used to it, chasing guys over the pin downs or whatever. So it's. I don't know how to guard this because I never guarded. Even when we playing against the guy who can do that, I'm not guarding him. So,
can you talk to us a little bit about your hustle and your willingness to sacrifice for the team?
I'm not sure that I'm doing that, but we have a lot of guys who do that, but I'm definitely not one of them.
You were really good on the second game of back-to-backs last year too. What's your routine on 24 hours rest that keeps you kind of feeling good from that endurance standpoint in these games?
Eat really good for breakfast, take a nap, come here, eat really good, try to warm up. A little bit harder to warm up, but when you warm up and you get yourself going, it's kind of easy.
What did you eat today?
A lot of avocado toast, eggs, oatmeal. I don't know what to eat.
Why is this defense so much better right now to start this year than in previous years?
I mean, of course, we're doing a little bit something. I think guys want to be better. I think we can be a really good defensive team. Guys want to play defense. I think that can help us in so many ways. We have a defensive guys who can defend multiple positions, and we add Bruce to that who is really good on-ball defender, and like he's really good defender overall. But I think it's willing those guys to sacrifice and play the good defense, you know. I think defense is something that is probably the most important.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thanks, Nicole. Thanks, Nicole.
Yeah, I thought your job, the last couple minutes of that second quarter, and the way you started the third on Hardaway, I think he was 1 of 6 in the second half shooting. So, how difficult it is to guard him, and what's going through your mind? What are you trying to achieve?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can tell how difficult it is with the first couple possessions where I, foul him and everything. That's just so good at drawing your hands. If you try to hand check, he's going to sweep through. And so, I had to learn to be a little bit less physical because usually I am up in guys' grill and being really handsy. But, for a guy like that with how strong he is, too, I mean, you just got to – one, we want to force him downhill into some help. You're honestly never really playing him one-on-one. I know I got help on the backside, and so it's really just using that. The guys are communicating behind me on which way to send them and stuff like that, and I trust them. So it's really a team effort with a guy like that.
You guys get a couple of injuries. In your position, you always got to be ready, got to be ready. What are you telling yourself on the end of the bench before you even get in there?
Man, not much. A couple breaths just to settle you in and, realize the new situation you're in and then just go from there. I mean, only thing for me really is kind of like looking at the game and figuring out what defensive schemes we're in. And so, I'm ready to go there. But from then on, it's just playing and trusting, what we do in practice. And we know what the coach has been talking with me throughout the season.
You witnessed a lot of big moments from the big fella, right? 55 again tonight. What do you sitting there watching this happen? What are you thinking to yourself?
I mean, if you put a camera on the bench, you'll see that us shaking our heads throughout the game. I mean, we're just thinking like, look, get it to him, space off of him, and you're going to get a great shot, whether it's him shooting it or him finding you. I mean, we have full faith in him, obviously, because he's the most efficient player you've ever seen in your life, and so it's just great. I mean, we all are in awe every time we watch him, and we love playing with him.
And then finally, I don't know if have you ever heard of a guy named David Thompson?
Yeah.
Skywalker.
Yep.
Jamal tonight passed him for 5th all time in scoring. Really? Past the Skywalker.
Wow. Well, that's the blue arrow right there, man. I mean, as great as Jokić is, everybody, will often forget about Maul. We're shaking our heads just as much as at him with the plays and everything like that.
Thanks, brother.
All right, appreciate it.
What does it say about this team? Come on this road trip. Sacramento played you all hard, and then we got in so late last night. What does it say about this team, the resiliency of this team, to come back and win a game semi-easy tonight?
I wouldn't say it was easy, even though we won by a lot of points, but we just stayed together. They went on their run and started the second or whatever it was. But we stayed together, got stops, got in transition, get the ball to 15, and let them work.
You know how important it is, guys off the bench, yourself, bringing a spark, bringing something different. I mean, I thought the minutes Spencer played to start that third quarter were fantastic on Harden.
He's a dog. He go out there and he guard. He plays hard. Every minute he's out there, rebound, defend. He made a corner 3 today. He does a little bit of everything. So I hope he keeps that up.
You've seen a lot of big games from Joker. Where do you put tonight's the 55?
They got to send a double or something. Just letting him play one-on-one, I don't think that's the answer. But obviously, if you double, we got a bunch of shooters, so I don't know what they're going to do with him.
Okay, now you got a couple days off. Right time to have a couple days off for you guys?
Right time. I'm going to go have a few, and then I'm going to hit Rib tomorrow. I'll go get my clubs warm it up for me, and then back on it, Monday? Whatever we play.
Saturday in Minnesota.
Yep. So I'm going to go swing a few.
What's your handicap now?
Right now, it's probably like a 9, but midsummer was a 6-8.
Come on now.
Yeah, I'm working.